Something strange is happening just next door in our solar system. For centuries, Venus has been seen as a hellish planet, burning hot and completely lifeless. But recent discoveries have turned that belief upside down. Scientists now wonder, could there be life hiding in the thick yellow clouds of Venus? And if so, what kind of life could survive in such a deadly place? This mystery begins in a place few expected, a gas called phosphine. In 2020, a team of astronomers used powerful telescopes to observe Venus's atmosphere. What they found was shocking. They detected the chemical phosphine floating high in Venus's thick clouds. Phosphine is a gas that is usually associated with life. On Earth, it's produced by bacteria living in oxygen-free environments, like in swamps or the intestines of animals. It doesn't stay long in the atmosphere. It breaks down quickly. So if phosphine is floating around on Venus, something might be producing it right now. That's when the whispers began. Could Venus be alive? But let's slow down. Venus is not a friendly place. It is the second planet from the Sun, just one step closer than Earth, but the difference is massive. The surface of Venus is so hot that it can melt lead. We're talking 475 degrees Celsius. That's hotter than your oven on full blast. Its atmosphere is thick with carbon dioxide, and the pressure is so strong it would crush a human instantly. Not to mention, it rains sulfuric acid. Life as we know it should not survive there. And yet, that mysterious phosphine is still there. The scientists who found the phosphine tried to explain it. Maybe it was caused by volcanic activity, or lightning, or maybe some unknown chemical reaction. But none of these ideas added up. None could explain the large amounts of phosphine observed. Something, or someone, was producing it, and fast. Then came a deeper look into Venus's atmosphere. About 50 to 60 kilometers above the surface, things are different. There, the temperatures are much cooler, around 30 to 50 degrees Celsius. The pressure is also much more Earth-like. This layer of the atmosphere is still acidic and full of toxic gases, but strangely, it's the most Earth-like environment found outside our planet. And here's the catch. This is exactly where the phosphine was detected. Could this be the hiding place of alien life? Some scientists started imagining strange microscopic life forms floating freely in the Venusian clouds. These wouldn't be like anything on Earth. They wouldn't walk or crawl, they would float. They might feed off sulfur and survive in acid. Maybe they've evolved over millions of years to live in this thick, deadly sky. And maybe, just maybe, they've always been there, watching from above.
NASA took interest. So did the European Space Agency. Suddenly, Venus was back on the map. After decades of being ignored, new missions were being planned. NASA's Da Vinci and Veritas missions were designed to dive into Venus's atmosphere and even land on the surface. Their goal? To find out what's really going on up there, to study the clouds, to measure the gases, to search for signs of life, or signs of something else. But the story doesn't stop there. Back in the 1970s and 80s, the Soviet Union sent several probes to Venus. These were called the Venera missions. Most of them failed due to the harsh conditions, but a few actually survived long enough to send back data and even photographs from the surface. These images showed something eerie, strange shapes, unusual formations. Some believe they saw moving objects. In fact, in 2012, Russian scientists re-examined these old images and claimed they may show signs of motion, something crawling or slithering across the rocks. Could these be artifacts, technical errors, or something more alive? Skeptics quickly dismissed these ideas, calling them illusions or damage in the data. But the question remains, Why would Venus, of all places, show so many strange signs? Venus is often called Earth's twin. It's almost the same size, made of the same material, and may have once had oceans and a cooler climate. Some scientists believe Venus could have supported life billions of years ago, before a runaway greenhouse effect turned it into the furnace it is today. If life began on Venus, is it possible that some of it survived the transformation? Is it still hiding in the clouds? Others believe the life might not be native at all. What if Venus was seeded? What if ancient spacefaring civilizations experimented with sending microbes to other planets? Could Venus be a testing ground or a leftover experiment from long ago? This takes us into even stranger theories. Some researchers have suggested that Venus might show signs of artificial manipulation. For example, in 2021, strange ultraviolet anomalies were spotted in the Venusian atmosphere. These patches absorb UV light in strange ways that scientists still don't understand. Some believe they may be caused by unknown particles or even engineered systems. That's right, the idea that someone or something might be manipulating the clouds of Venus has been floated, not by conspiracy theorists, but by scientists struggling to make sense of the data. Then there's the mystery of Venus's rotation. It spins in the opposite direction of most planets. A day on Venus is longer than its year. Some have suggested this strange spin could be the result of an ancient impact, while others have more exotic ideas. Could Venus's odd behavior be caused by something we haven't discovered yet?
Even more mysterious is the planet's strange silence. Unlike Earth and Mars, Venus has almost no magnetic field. Without one, it should be more vulnerable to solar radiation. Yet somehow, its thick atmosphere holds strong. Some scientists think this means Venus has internal activity that we don't understand. Maybe even a strange kind of volcanic system unlike anything we've ever seen. Every question about Venus leads to more questions. The more we look, the more mysteries appear. Why does it have active lightning even though there are no thunderstorms like on Earth? Why does its upper atmosphere spin faster than the planet itself? And why, of all places, does phosphine, this rare and life-related gas, show up in just the right zone? And in 2023, a follow-up study suggested that the phosphine levels might have been overestimated. The original team responded with new analysis, reinforcing their findings. The scientific debate continues, but one thing is clear: something strange is happening on Venus. Whether it's life, chemistry, or something we've never seen before, it's changing the way we think about our nearest neighbor. We often look to Mars as the best hope for life, but what if the truth has been hiding closer, above the clouds of a burning world? What if life doesn't always need oceans and green valleys? What if it can survive in acid, float in gas, and drift in silence for millions of years? There's a growing sense among scientists, astronomers, and dreamers alike. Venus is not just a dead rock in the sky. It might be alive, in its own strange way. And the secrets it holds could change everything we know about life, about our solar system, and maybe even about ourselves. Keep watching the skies, because the truth might not be where we expect it. Sometimes, the most mysterious things are hiding right in front of us, shining like a star in the morning sky, calling out to anyone who dares to listen.